So we're Lisa and Aaron, and we are
INFJ couple. At this point you're like, can't tell if super cool or how unfortunate for you guys. What a strange pairing. Your blind spots are large.
How deep is the hole you guys have dug for yourself?
Oh, so deep.
Do you live like how many feet underground?
We live in
5
regular
foot?
states of catastrophe entwined with pure beauty. It's a minefield, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Charlie Murphy! That was cold-blooded!
Title of this email. Why INFJs don't say no, but really should. Oh, this is so pertinent.
So why don't they? Let's just start with your experience, why don't we? Let's just address the elephant in the room.
I am pretty shit at saying no. Except if it's like, hey, do you want to do this thing? I'll be like, oh, pretty busy. When it comes to like real life situations, when you've got me like mano a mano, and I can't get out of the room, or like say no via the telephone.
Are you stuck with these people for the next 12 hours?
Yeah, and you're stuck with them and you need their help. So I'm a nurse, Aaron's a nurse. At work, already feeling pretty on edge. It's like day 3 or something, I was feeling pretty ratchet. And work's been pretty stressful lately, probably because the world's in a large state of disrepair and everyone's getting fearful and short-staffed. And I come to shift and I had not adequately mentally prepared myself in the way that I normally do. And then there was just like multiple curveballs. So I was like, hey, I feel sick. Can you swap this patient with me? And I was like, and she said it to 2 people and there's 2 of us that could possibly swap in terms of like skill mix. And I'm like pretty new at my job, so probably no one should be asking me to swap. And I waited the silence out and it was really awkward. And I almost got handover for my appropriate patient load, and then the silence just continued to be awkward and difficult because I was like, this is not gonna end up well for me if I don't agree to the situation. The other girl, she just like stood there and just basked in the situation. She's like, she didn't say no.
She knows how to play this game.
She didn't say no, she didn't say anything, she just stood there. I was like,
she knows exactly who you are. That's what she knows. She read you like a book.
100%. And so I agreed to it. And I shouldn't have, because it was not the right complexity for me in terms of my daily load. And should have just I'll take 1, not all 3, and swap all 3. There's a number of different things, but I should just been like, actually no. Like I can't. But those words in my brain's like, no, you're not at that skill level, no for a number of different reasons, no, I can't, no, just nothing came out except for, actually, that's not true. What came out was yes. Yes, I will do that.
Hence today's meme.
It was just like
exactly.
I was seriously just
like
going through
meme.
This is not going to work out. I'm going to have a terrible day. I don't know how to deal with these situations. Like this whole, like the matrix of information was just like all of it was compiling. And the only answer that would have been like appropriate would have been no.
Yeah,
and
just a conscious no.
Out of my mouth was, yes.
Okay.
I'm your bitch. I'll do that for you. And it did not end well. I will have you know.
So 1 anxiety attack later and calling in sick like 4 hours into the shift.
4 hours into the shift, I was completely fucked. I was ruined.
So that's what happens?
I was ruined because it wasn't appropriate. It was never allocated to me. It wasn't appropriate for my skill mix. Like it was terrible.
Yeah, it was even dangerous, wasn't it?
Well, it wasn't ideal. And it was like a number of things that just compiled, and my stress was just like, cannot compute. So I do all my like self-care tips, like go do deep breathing exercises, blah, blah, blah. Like, pulled out my entire toolkit.
I was a little bit, too far gone.
Too in this state of just
Poor
like...
darling.
Yeah,
So
that's not ideal.
that's what happens. And
Should say no.
yeah.
Can't, no. I can say no to the kids. No, you can't do that.
But when we're...
It's peers, people more senior than me, general public.
Yeah, well, you have a responsibility to the kids to say no.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
yes.
That's like
But
a really, like...
this is a really much more dynamic environment
Yeah.
where it's not based on principle. It's like people, you're based on the
You know when John Mulaney's like...
exploitation.
Yeah. You know when John Mulaney's like, you could probably spill soup on my lap and I'll apologize to you.
Yeah, that kind of thing.
I am... Someone like barges into me, I'm like, oh, sorry. That's my life.
I'm guilty of it too.
You're pretty good in the world
Well,
generally, but
I'm
you're
getting
shit at
better.
work.
Yeah, I'm getting better.
You're
I feel like this is a learnt skill for us. It is not a God-given ability. These
How to
things...
say no and people won't hate you. Like,
Yeah.
why is your immediate thought like, they're gonna hate me, I'm gonna lose my job? Just...
Well,
It
we're
escalates.
just weighing up these things, and
Yeah.
you're using your intuition
Yeah.
to predict what's going to happen. And you know, you could be right, but perhaps need to reframe that. It's like, so what if they'd be bitches to me?
Yeah.
Like, so what? If you can deal with that down the line, then you can just be present dealing with that. It's like dealing with one problem after another. But if you don't deal with it in the first place, they just escalate. And sometimes it's not worth saying no. Like, you just say yes. Like in my case, and I get this rookie nurse who I'd really taken under my wing, really trying to look after, really trying to tell her what to look out for, because we have that kind of nurturing, protective element in us too, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, and then they burn you by saying, can you do this menial task for me, which I could have done myself?
And have ample time to do. You are my minion.
And they don't think of it like that.
I
They
know.
just maybe think
But
of
like,
it.
that's where the disconnect is. Because to me, the fucking audacity. I'm
Yeah.
sorry, but if someone, that is like I don't know if it's this constant moral analysis of everything that goes on in the world, which my ad is exhausting. But it's this constant, not because we're trying to like make people better or worse than others, but you're just like, what the fuck? That's clearly the wrong
Yeah.
thing to do. But other people don't have that lens in the way they view the world. It doesn't
Yeah.
occur to them that that's like completely inappropriate. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah, and you're seeing it like that. Whereas they're just kind of maybe have one of those personality types where they're just pretty opportunistic.
Yeah.
And if they
Just like, fuck
can
it.
get away with it,
Throw
they'll
it
give
all
it a
up.
go.
Yeah.
Like, I sold something on like Craigslist, or Gumtree is like the Australian version of it. And I'll say I put it at a really decent price, so don't need to haggle. And then I'll arrange time for meet and invite them to my residence, like come into my house, and I'll still have a crack. Can I have this for 20% less or more?
And you were very brave and you said,
I said, no, thank you.
good job.
Sorry. And I think I even said sorry, but I didn't like, oh, sorry, but I need the money. And like, no, story. That doesn't help anyone. That doesn't help you.
Yeah.
You're just saying a conscious no. And they'll respect that. And he respected it. And he just gave me all the money that I was asking for. Like, oh my
See,
God,
for me, that's
no
not even an
works.
option. I would be like, should you only pay that much money? Am I wrong? Is this wrong? Like, then I'm like 20 kilometers deep in my own questioning of like, am I even a good person to have asked for this asking price?
Yeah.
Like, that's where I'm at.
But at work, I'll say yes to everything though. And then in some cases, I'll just ruminate it for 6 hours afterwards.
And you come home from the shift, you're like, I can't believe this happened. and then you explain the situation, I'm like, that's not real. And you're like, oh, I've been mad for an extra
There's also that.
12 hours on a thing that wasn't real.
Yes.
So be careful of that little trickster.
Yeah,
It's okay to say no.
it really is. And
limits.
saying no to them is saying yes to you. You got to think of it like that, because you're looking after you. They'll
Do you
happily.
work overtime and you say, it's the first day off I've had in a long time. I want to see my husband and my children tomorrow. I know I should make money for them. You're processing, and they know that you're a yes man. And you can just say, no, I'm sorry, I would like to spend time with my family. Imagine those words coming out of my mouth.
Yeah, it's also
No, I
because
can't, I'm sorry.
it's because we don't like conflict too.
No,
and
can't handle
most of the time, if it's a little thing, it won't be worth the conflict. But when I said no to that guy, we had chats afterwards and already had a rapport, and like you just got to forgive them. They're just...
Forgive them for they know not what they do.
Well, it's funny you should say that, because when I do my spiritual practice and look after me and do my INFJ health time, I'm really like Stoicism, because it's a really good introvert friendly and calming philosophy. And there's one quote that I thought was particularly pertinent for this
Give it to the
can't
people.
say no topic.
Just begin each day by telling yourself, today I shall be meeting with interference, ingratitude, insolence, disloyalty, ill will, and selfishness, all of them due to the offender's ignorance of what is good and evil.
And that says it all, isn't it? That last little bit, you might think of it something like this
Hella
big,
personal. It's not.
big kind of exploitation thing. INFJs are known for their moral compass.
Sometimes to the point at which it is actually detrimental, because we gotta be...
We're a bit fundamentalist about things, and sometimes you have to be a bit more realistic about what's
Just because someone
realistic.
hasn't like weighed up 30,000 pros and cons on something doesn't make them a bad person. Like, it's okay for them to live in their own wavelengths. It's alright for us too to be over here pondering things, but when you're in the world and you meet with each other, sometimes you just gotta go like, that wasn't a personal attack, you just don't give a fuck. And that's okay, because there's things that we don't give a fuck about that they find super important. Not they, it's not like an us and them, but like the other
Kind of is.
types of people are super interested in that I could give zero flying fucks about. Excuse my language, but it's true. Like small talk. I can't handle it.
So that'll help you to process the question.
Yeah.
Use that TikTok and
The time
that
goes
fast.
super fast and slow at the same time.
Use that matrix brain that you like processing 100 different things, and chuck in there, fit a little thing in there. These people don't know what they're asking.
Yeah.
They don't know it's immoral what they're asking. They don't know it's unfair that what they're asking. They don't know
It's often a
that
stretch
they're
when
just
I think it's immoral.
a little bit.
Wired like the large population
Yeah.
of the world is wired.
It reminds me of Eddie Murphy's True Hollywood Story.
Charlie Murphy! That was cold-blooded.
Habitually, he's a habitual line stepper.
That's everyone to the INFJs who
Considering
ask
the
us
global-
these
yeah.
obviously inappropriate questions.
Yeah.
Like, just why did you do that? Why did you do that to me?
Don't.
Yeah, don't be like personally offended. Just say a conscious
it's not
no.
personal. Just because everything in the world feels personal. The hardest thing to accept is that it's really not.
You need to develop courage, because that no is going to be such an important word in your life that you're going to have to keep on saying. You're going to have practice to say it, practice with small things, and then when the big things
Build it up,
that are
ready for the big day.
going to potentially ruin like a lot more than being asked to do some meaningful task.
It's the
It's gonna
questions
be
of like,
really-
do you want to stay in this job that you're unhappy with? And you say, no.
Yeah.
They're the big ones.
And the no will prompt you to do things too. It's not, sometimes yes can be a real passive thing and it's going to keep you trapped. And you need to have space because the mind's going to close things down on you and it's going to make like rumination. That's big for the INFJ. And rumination has been correlated with depression. So you want to do as much as things that you can open up your personality to new things, bring out your INFJ superpower, because when a healthy INFJ goes out there, they go on to become someone like Nelson Mandela, and they can really do good for themselves and others in life. And you can look after yourself. And you got to look after yourself. You got to say that no sometimes. You got to be courageous.
You gotta be courage.
Yeah.
You've got to be courageous. Thank you for joining us today, tonight, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're staying safe. Shit's wild out there, but the introverts are like, is this any different to my regular life? No.
Please like and comment. Tell us what you do when someone asks you a really inappropriate question, or what situations have you been in that you said yes to that got you up shit creek without a paddle. Please subscribe also, because that really tells us you support us and you want us to keep doing this.
Live from our bedroom, somewhere down under.
See you next time. Bye guys.
It's not really live though, is it?
No.